This week we're pushing the limits of our bodies and our minds and headed to one of the most famous mountain biking destinations in the world, Finale Ligure, Italy. Finale is a breathtaking mountainous town resting on the Ligurian Sea. So cool. And not many people know this, but it's commonly known as Whistler by the Sea.
Make a scream. A specific type of scream.
In this video, we're going to re-ride some of our favorite trails, albeit with too much speed and confidence.
Ooh.
Find some new favorite trails that you've got to check out for yourself. Oh, steep. Continue rating the trails. Woo. And try and do our best to enjoy our last day in Finale. So cool. Join us on this adventure to see if Finale really deserves to be compared to the world-renowned Whistler bike park.
I had no control, so I was either going to stop or I was going to go in one of the canals.
Welcome back to Finale Ligure, Italy. Today is a rest day, but for us, that doesn't necessarily mean rest.
We just finished a very sweaty workout up here at the Airbnb after yesterday we had another 20-mile mountain bike ride. We're really racking up the miles. But something that we always bring with us when we travel are our resistance bands. And then if you get lucky, like we are here, your Airbnb has a nice steep hill you can run up and down. And it even has a place we can do pull-ups. So you can do a lot, and there's no excuse to not get a workout in if you just bring a little bit of equipment, easy breezy. We're gonna go eat some lunch, and I think maybe find some more pastries. Stay tuned.
We did find some lunch, pastries, and on this quote-unquote chill day, decided to hike up and explore the local castle.
Good morning. Okay, I'm ready.
For our last day in Finale, we're going to do 7 rides on everything from slippery to loose and sketchy, blues, blacks, reds, and even finish on one of the coolest trails we've ever ridden. Today we are doing a full day shuttle tour with Evolve Finale, which means no thinking, just following the guide on some of the most fun trails they can come up with. For trail 1 of the day, we are riding a blue trail called Toboggan. It's fast, flowy, and slippery. And we're off another day. Looks like we got some tasks behind us. A guide and a guy from Germany. So far the German riders have been smoking fast and they're gone.
A little slippy there. Dark in the woods this morning. My bike is not shifting.
Because it's the last day, not too worried about keeping up with anybody. Although that's what I say now, and then we'll see how things end up going. Trails are still a little bit wet, but for the most part, they feel good. Bike feels good today.
Woo! Trying to get warmed up, feeling a little slow this morning body-wise. I did a pretty darn hard workout yesterday. Woo! Woo! That's fun.
We're good.
Cool that we get to ride this trail for the first time, yeah. Riding new trails is always super cool, but when they're the first trail of the day and you want to ride it really well, it can lead to you feeling like you're not riding fast enough. But riding not fast is exactly what you need when you're trying to get warmed up and ride fast later on.
This has been a super fun warm-up trail. A little bit of nice mix to get the body loosened up. Get you to practice your corners, practice getting your bike in the air. My grip feels quite tired right now this morning.
Slow and smooth, practice good turns. Had quite a few days where I haven't been riding with my goggles on, so when a branch slides up into my face, I'm closing my eyes. I wouldn't recommend it. Trail 1 in the books, 2 miles, 1,100 feet of descent, a difficulty of 5 out of 10, and a fun of 6 out of 10.
Very fun.
For ride 2, we're going to head down the roller coaster trail through Martina into Kill Bill 2 and finally onto Cacciatore. Gonna do a quick roller coaster lap again. You guys, if you've seen the other videos, I've seen this trail a few times.
My socks are gonna be so wet.
The thing that kind of takes some getting used to is the rocks. On a day like today, look like they're probably okay, but they're slippery, especially when you get your tires nice and wet before hitting them. These rocks are super snipery. They look dry, but they are so slippery. Just kind of ride my own ride today, keep it smooth, practice my cornering, trying to feel good, take good lines, you know, pop things that deserve to be hot. Try and have this nice feeling of bike body separation that I'm looking for and have fun on the trail as much as I can. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes when I'm trying to ride smooth rather than fast. I think that you get caught up in riding a certain way, mostly when you're riding with other people. So that you get with a really fast group of riders and you're trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone kind of. Rather than just staying nice and easy, having fun. Whew. I'm all for getting pushed out of my comfort zone, but when the conditions are gnarly and you're on your last day, it's okay to keep it nice and easy. Okay?
Yeah?
Yeah, I was...
My frame a little bit less.
Let's go, guys. I don't want to think about it.
Poor guy got a huge scratch in the brain. I think that is a sharp spike. And by scratch, I mean a gouge that is going to require the frame to be replaced. No joke. So hopefully the bike will hold up for the rest of this ride. It should. It's carbon. Maybe. I always miss that one, so that was cool to hit that. Going slow enough.
You pointed the wrong way.
Woo! Sorry.
Oh! I realized. I thought you were just waiting for us.
What
You
happened?
just went backward.
Yeah, I slipped on that rock and then endoed and rode an endo right there.
I was like, you are not pointed the right way, Joe.
Woo! Alright, sorry guys. That was a little bit sketchy and whoo! I think these tires just do not like the slippery rocks. At least the front tire. Even right there, it just slid a little bit. Oh, thank you. At this time, I'm riding some specialized T7-T9 tires on the front, which I will soon take off. They're fine when the conditions are good, but when it's a little slippery like it is out here, they are not confidence inspiring.
All right, back on Kill Bill 2. Joe and I rode this a few days ago. I don't really remember it. I had some steep turns, I think, and a couple fun little rocky sections, so we'll see what it's like again. That was not hit very well.
Gotta stay on the dry rock side. Letting my bike kind of do its thing. What I mean is that I'm creating body-bike separation. Oh yeah, it's easy. Trying to jump the roots and then not running into the tree.
Whew, just had a rock fly up and hit me in the head.
Hands are getting a little bit cooked. That could be a cool spot to stop. Go, 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 go.
Go, go, go. Nice. That's a fun trail.
Really nice.
Yeah, super cool.
After a short pedal, we're headed to the Cacciatore Trail, which is full of tight turns and jaw-rattling chunk.
Oh! I didn't move much.
Cacciatore again. We rode it just the other day and it was very fun, so excited to give it a try again. It felt like you could ride it pretty fast if things feel better and if just riding more confident will make it faster.
Drop to flats here. Whew. Bad line there, but we survived. Whew. Oh, that hole. I'm trying to remember to avoid that. Whew.
It's these times that you really appreciate having great suspension that is dialed in for some super chunky terrain. Not to mention the occasional drop to flat and unexpected rock that you're going to run into.
What do you see?
Rock stack, right? You can see it. This one.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna look at it closer. I think it's a little bouncy.
Bouncy is an understatement. Thank goodness I work out so I can hold on to the bars. Now I've got to try and keep up with my new German friend who is sure to run me into the ground. We've ridden this trail twice and this section just has me holding on for my dear life. I feel completely out of control, but I can't brake. It's crazy.
Derailleur, hopefully. Not too bad.
And that's it for ride 2. 6.2 miles, 3,200 feet of descending, difficulty of 8 out of 10, and a fun of 9 out of 10. That one's awesome.
Yeah, it's spicy at the end.
Spicy.
On to ride 3, where we're going to ride one trail we have ridden, Cà Bianca, and one we haven't, Cà Bianca New.
Feels like the weather's changing. Afternoon thunderstorms.
Butt buzzer.
These Cà Bianca trails are cool, but actually they're very scary because of the side cut, or how you could accidentally get going too fast, hit a rock, and throw yourself off of the trail. And you're thinking about that as you're riding down this thing, that there is a side cut and a drop off to your right. That's it for ride 3, 1.7 miles, 600 feet of descending, a difficulty of 6 out of 10, and a fun of 7 out of 10. Pretty flowy with some steep corners.
Fun stuff. Always fun.
This one is super fun, actually.
You did it?
How was it?
No problem. Bit scary and then no problem. I've never ever done this a year ago.
Let's go.
I keep the yellow ass on my side.
Every time gets better
Yeah.
there, actually.
But until it goes worse again.
That's awesome. The food here is so much better than where we're from. Even the good food where we're from is not as good as the good food here, or even like the medium food.
Time for lunch, but we really dropped the ball on showing you what we ate. But here's the dessert. After lunch, we hopped in the car and drove east towards Spatorno. For ride 4, we're rocking a couple of dusty rides, starting off with the La Rete Trail.
All right, after lunch, riding in a new area. You can tell it's a little drier over here. Whew. Gotta get the after lunch warm up. Ooh.
Getting started again after lunch is not like starting the day all over, but it's kind of like starting the day all over.
Probably a pretty cool view if you guys can see it. I cannot look up to enjoy it, but the sea is over there. Woo! That is so pretty. Yeah. Woo. Woo. here. Not a lot of ratchet space. There we go. Cool rock section. Cool. Nice. Ooh. Ooh, it's warm when the sun comes out. Temperature change from up above.
Putting ride 4 into the books, 1.9 miles, 1,200 feet of descending, difficulty of 7 out of 10. These rocks were loose. If you can get loose with the rocks, it's pretty fun.
Woo, that's fun.
Guys.
That's very fun.
Very fun, very controlled.
For ride 5, we're heading back up in the same area for the La Folia Trail.
La Folia. Whew. A rock in a bad spot right there. I need to look ahead for the line. Phew. There we go. Just knocked my foot back into the right spot. Phew. Such a pretty forest. And if you can look up and see down below, there's ocean views. Rocks. Phew.
Playing with the Insta360 camera a little bit here.
Follow the boys' lines here. Straight over the rock. Until there.
Try again.
The lines we pick here makes a huge difference in the ride quality.
Whew. Rocks wanted to get you.
Woo-wee, that was fun. Ooh, my front brake sounds like my rotor might be a little out of shape.
And just like that, ride 5 is over. 2.2 miles, 1,000 feet of descending, a difficulty of 7 out of 10, loose rocks again, and a fun of 7 out of 10. The line options are pretty fun to play with.
Getting whacked in the face left and right. Woo, that's fun.
For ride 6, we're headed down to the coast to ride the famous DH Men's Track.
Back on DH Men's. Excited to be back on this trail.
Back to DH Men's. So cool. Rode this on the first day last time. But my camera ran out of batteries, so I've been trying to keep the batteries good to go. Snake, whoop. I think I rolled over. Oops, bad line. Another bad line. That's alright, just having fun.
This track is so outrageously fun. I could ride it over and over and over and just try and get better at all the lines.
You, Dust City. Woo!
The top part was just fun and flowy. Now things are about to get super steep, and you cannot look up to see that beautiful view, or you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Oh, this is just so cool. Y'all can look up and see the view. I'm just going to keep my head down, trying to ride my bike well. But talk about cool. I don't think I took this line last time, so let's try a new line.
Line choice, line choice, line choice.
In this section, you're just trying to look forward and then down to try and find the best line so you don't get yourself in trouble.
That'll work.
Keep breathing.
This goes straight down. Right up. Woo! So cool. Oh, man, if you ever get a chance to ride this trail, you gotta ride it. DH Men's. and they race this one, so you can imagine how fast they go when they're racing. Mach speed racers.
Oh, I wanted to stay high there. Okay. Buzzed my butt there on my tire a little bit. Whew.
High line is the line to take. Yep. Not very fast, but taking it.
A photo. Woo!
When you get to this section, your adrenaline kind of clears out, and then you realize, oh shoot, I need it again. Because this is super chunky and gnarly. Not as steep, but so many crazy rocks.
Chunky finish of DH Men's.
Just bouncing my way along here. My feet not quite all the way on the pedals. What could go wrong?
I feel like the brakes are to be pumped up a little bit after having a long day of hard downhill. I mean, these brakes, the TRPs are outrageously good, but as the brake pads get worn, you gotta adjust the lever, pull a little bit. Now,
Another lap on DH Men's down. 2.4 miles, 1,000 feet of descending, a difficulty of 9 out of 10. That can get sketchy, and a fun of 10 out of 10. One of the best out there.
Woo!
And for our final ride and finale, we're going to ride the DH Women's Trail for the first time.
let's go. Here we go. DH Women's. Not ridden a lot here, but when in Rome, or Finale.
Last trail of the day. Bushes everywhere. Oh. Oh.
Oh, Jesus, I can't do that.
Sorry. Sorry about that. I wasn't expecting it to be as gnarly. I had no control, so I was either gonna stop or I was gonna go in one of the canals.
Might have been the hardest thing we've come to this day.
This is very rocky.
Lucy, deep gravel. This one does not get ridden as much. More of the rock stays on the trail.
Kind of two-wheel sliding a little bit. Gotta be ready for it.
Nothing like trying to end your day and your trip with a super fast, super loose, super sketchy, and actually very steep but hard to tell on camera trail. And try and stay on your bike.
Oh, it's steep. Yeah. Nice.
Now you get way faster.
Nice one, Joe.
I think he said now it gets way faster. But I'm not really sure if he said faster or tougher.
Getting squirrely on my line choice.
It's loose, so I'm gonna take it pretty chill. But
As I'm watching this, I must have forgotten or not understood what chill meant. Looks like I'm going super fast here and it's super sketchy.
hey, ciao. I know where we are. At the bottom of DH Men's. Whew. Yeah.
That's good, huh?
Fun stuff.
Woo! That's fun. Ooh, that was different, huh?
And just one last trip down this super rocky, chunky section and hope that we can stay on our bikes and keep ourselves in one piece.
Whew. Whew, my bike sounds creaky. I'm not sure what it is. Hoping it's just the chain needs to be replaced, and we've been meaning to do that the last couple days and we keep forgetting.
Ciao. Woo. Wonderful. Good stuff.
Woo! Heading back to the shuttle.
Finishing up a great day of riding in Finale with some dinner, homemade dinner.
Course number 1.
Yes. Ooh, another 20 miles down.
And we couldn't end the day without a little treat. After 5 weeks in Europe, it was time to pack the bikes up and head back to the States. We hired a local lift company to take us and our bikes in a big old van. And of course, we stopped for one last roadside espresso before waiting at the airport for multiple hours before we could board our flight. That'll do it. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, hit subscribe. Our next trip, we are headed off to Ecuador and Colombia to ride some serious fun and sketchy trails with one of our favorite adventure companies, Active Expedition.
Oh, so cool. Just sliding. So sandy.
If you really want to support the channel, head over to Patreon and get these videos a week early. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day.